right. Welcome in, everybody. Unapologetic Veteran Podcast. I'm your host today, Stalz. And as you guys can see, it's just me. Um, I've been, I've been left unattended this morning. But no, as you guys know, most of the time we are live on Thursday nights. There's been a lot of changes going on lately. So, just to kind of throw out our new schedule, Josh and I will still be doing live recordings, but we're also going to do a lot of pre-recorded stuff because Josh is currently going through the moving process, moving from one house to another. Which kudos for him, man. That is a tough process. I do not envy it at all. And then my work schedule also has gotten very difficult. So we'll make sure we put out the information for the the new schedule. We are going to put it out probably a couple of weeks in advance, so you guys know when we'll be live and when you guys can expect to see some of our pre-recorded stuff. Um, on Spotify, Apple, that. But how's everybody been doing? It's been a let's see. I think our last episode was right before 4th of July. So um, for anybody who is a parent from a broken home and lives out of state and can't see their kid all the time. Imagine most of you guys get your kid during the summer. Well, that was the case for me. I had my son all summer basically. Just took him back to his mom's yesterday. My son lives in Columbus, Georgia, and so for us, halfway meeting is in Valdosta. That's a 4-hour trip from my house all the way to Valdosta. And it's sometimes it's bittersweet when you're dropping your kid off after having them for so long. Um, because obviously, I don't want to see him go. I do love having him around. He does he does generate some pretty good laughs. I would say that. But it also is like a disruption to your normal routine. So you're having to figure out that new routine. So luckily, I've had him since June. Had him all of June, all of July, and we did some fun stuff. So we went to Universal. If you've never been to Universal, I highly encourage you to go. Universal Studios was freaking awesome. Um, so there's that. Um, we did the two part thing. So we did all like the Harry Potter stuff. We also did Transformers and Jurassic Park, all the cool stuff. All the nostalgia type stuff. Um, but So we did that. We did a lot of stuff at the beach. We all got sunburnt at least 2 or 3 times. But like I said, it's always bittersweet when you're having to drop the kid back off because I won't see him again until Christmas. I'll get him for the week after Christmas, and then again I won't see him after that till summertime. So it is kind of bittersweet, but he's turning 12 this year, so he's a handful. Um, love him to death. But while he was down, his sister came down, his older sister. So he was able to spend some time with her. It was fun. But yeah, so that's been most of my summer. Uh, I've done some motorcycle club stuff as well. I went to Savannah. Um, that was a trip. That was a trip. So Savannah, from where I live, is about 5 hours. So we go up there. We hang out with the local chapter up there. They throw a party. It's a lot of fun. You know, you get to see brothers from around the country that you don't necessarily get to see all the time. Excuse me. And uh, so we leave on a Friday night at 5 o'clock. Everybody meets me up at my office, and so it's me, my buddy Farmer, and our other brother Cameron. We're leaving. If you guys know anything about Florida in the summertime, it rains every afternoon, like clockwork. So leading up to the ride, it rained for like 4 hours straight, and it stopped raining about an hour before we left. And of course, we didn't hit any rain for a little while, and then all of a sudden, boom, right outside Daytona, it's like the bottom. So we're getting rained on. We'd stop at Buc-ee's because, of course, any trip is not complete unless you stop at Buc-ee's. Right? Got to get a brisket sandwich. If you've never got one of their brisket sandwiches, highly recommend get it. Or actually, I do recommend their brisket burritos or the brisket tacos. Absolutely. So we stop at Buc-ee's, dry off a little bit, get some food. Of course, I got down a Red Bull because I've worked all day. I'm tired. We're about 2 hours into our ride. When we get up to Savannah, it doesn't rain on us a single time after. And once we get to Savannah, we meet up with another one of our brothers in Moraine, and we decide we're going to go downtown Savannah, enjoy ourselves. So the second we get into Savannah, when we get into our hotel, it starts pouring. So of course we're not going to ride our bikes. So we park the bikes, hop in an Uber, go downtown Savannah. We're at this place called the Warehouse. So the Warehouse is this bar there on River. Awesome place. They had an awesome band playing. So we closed that place down and we head back up. We're going to go back to the and we're waiting on our Uber. And at the top of River Street, especially right there where the Warehouse is, there is a big bench that looks like a set of lips. Big red lips. And there's a couple sitting on this bench. And of course, you know, we've had a couple of drinks in us, so we're laughing and cutting up. My buddy Boomerang walks over to them and is like, "Hey, can I take your picture?" And the guy that was sitting on the bench thought that he meant, "Hey, can I get in your picture?" So Boomerang gets pulled down into this guy's like picture with his wife or fiance or whatever. And they're taking pictures together. So the guy is taking pictures with Boomerang. He's not even taking pictures with his wife at this point. So it's kind of funny. Me and Hammer and Farmer are all busting up laughing. Well, the wife gets up, and the wife starts, "You know what, Robbie? Robbie, come on, it's time to go. It's time to go, Robbie." And finally, she gets really pissed off at this guy, and she's like, "You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. I knew this was gonna happen." So she, oh, and so for the rest of the entire trip, um, "F you, Robbie" was like our our theme. theme for the rest of the weekend. Anything we did, we'd always preface it by saying, "You know what? F you, Rob." But it was a good trip, man. We had a good time. It was a good brotherhood, good food down there. Man, Savannah, at their annual every year, they the boys from the Die Hard chapter, man, they have some freaking amazing food. I'm talking table, and they did not disappoint this year. It was awesome. They did a low country boil. It was freaking phenomenal. If you guys get a chance, it's usually every July. Um, every July or June. They do late June, early July. They do it. If you guys get a chance, hit me up. I'll tell you when the next one is. Dude, Um, but yeah, so it's hot down there the entire time. I will tell you a little pieces of advice if you ride motorcycle. Do not try to take your motorcycle down. Yeah, just don't. It's it sounds like a fun idea at first until you get on River Street. So if you've never been to Savannah, Savannah's River Street is cobblestone, which is pretty popular in some of the older port cities. So if you go to like Boston or New York and then Savannah, you'll see it. So cobblestone street. So yeah, don't try to take your motorcycle down a cobblestone street. Bad idea. It was fun, but it was super hot down there. And you're drenched. You're drenched in sweat. And you're tired. And you're hot. Just the best. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been up to. You know, that's what Stalz has been up to. Josh, obviously, he's moving into a new house, getting ready to move into a new house. So we haven't been very busy on the podcast. We didn't want you guys to think that we'd forgotten about you or that we gave up on podcasting. It's not. It's not the case. Um, we legitimately have just been too busy to do a podcast. Josh has been on call several weeks, so we haven't been able to schedule a podcast. But we kept telling each other we got to get on and we got to do something. We got to tell everybody what we're doing today. What we're doing. You guys are going to get to see my beautiful face. Um, and just talk. But but yeah. So that's been my summer up to now. It's been fun. As you guys can see, I'm kind of flimmy this morning. It's not anything that's not common usually like that. Uh, but yeah, but there is one thing you guys can't do for us. So Josh and I have been talking. We want to bring on some really cool guests to the podcast. You guys are more than welcome, man. Reach out to us on TikTok. You can reach out to us here on YouTube at Unapologetic Veterans Podcast, and tell us what you guys want to see. Tell us what topics you guys want us to talk about. You know, what things that you guys want us to be doing. Because it helps us. Like we have a lot of guests lined up. We got some amazing guests lined up. We have a Nashville recording artist, Anthony Jamison. We had a podcast scheduled with him. Storm took out his Wi-Fi before we do it. We had to reschedule. We are going to get Anthony Jamison on here. Awesome guy, Army veteran. Um, Brother, if you're listening, I love you, man. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you got to today. Check on you. We got some Marine veterans that are going to be on. I mean, we've got a list of people who are going to be on the podcast. So, but yeah, if you guys have a guest, if you guys want to see on the podcast, just let us know. We'd love to connect with anybody, reach out to anybody we can. But yeah, so don't fret. We're not going anywhere. Been a little preoccupied here lately. That's why we haven't done a live episode in I think 4 weeks now. So, but but yeah. But another thing we talk about all the time here on the podcast is mental health. That's been a big one for us. Both Josh and I have for better mental health development and awareness. And you guys got to take we got to take care of ourselves. We got to do what makes us happy, what brings joy to our lives. So, if getting on the back of a motorcycle and riding for 5 hours is joy to you, and if you're struggling with your mental health, reach out. I mean, my phone is never off. I might be asleep. But my phone's never off. And I'm a huge advocate for it's okay to be broken. It's okay not to be okay. So, making sure to take care of your mental health is a big priority, especially for us. But yeah. So it's Sunday morning here in South Florida. It's going to be a balmy 93 degrees today with 100% humidity. So just another normal day here in South Florida. There's been a lot of things going on in the world. We got volcanoes erupting everywhere. I don't know if you guys have seen that. But it's business as usual here in South Florida. It's hot. I mean, it's hot. I thought I knew heat, right? I thought I knew heat and humidity. Lived in Georgia and Alabama for a large period of my life. I knew, but South Florida. I mean, come on, South Florida brings a whole, and it's, but yeah, but uh, but yeah. So a lot of things going on in the world. Some good, some bad. In the end, we can only handle and take care of what we can take care of. There's nothing that we can do. But I wanna, I wanna bring up a topic. I don't know. For me, a huge album. I listen to it 24/7. Um, and for me, listening to music that relates to me helps me with my mental health, right? So here lately, I've been on this kick with this particular artist. Um, his name is Pagan Rip, Pagan. All right, and he has this song that's called "Forgive," and it is it's a great song. Like it's completely. What's so amazing about this artist? He does everything with AI. So the song is AI generated, the voice is AI generated, but he writes his own lyrics. I've had the opportunity to speak with who writes the songs, and I would encourage you to go and listen to it, especially veterans, people who understand what it's like to be out of place. Uh, but his music really does speak. Um, and I haven't really found a song of his that I don't like. And that's odd because the guy's got like 40 something songs out there, especially on iTunes and Spotify. So if you're on Apple or I don't know why I keep calling it iTunes. I guess that's what it was called back when I was younger. And now I'm old as dirt. But Apple, Spotify, he's on YouTube. Awesome, awesome. But his music, it just really does speak to you. I'm trying to find a version where he had all the lyrics. That way I could just read them out. The lyrics to this song really do. And of course, I probably won't be able to find it. I think we're gonna get lucky, but I would most definitely I would I would suggest you guys try to check him out. I mean, the music's good. I don't know about Josh. To me, the music is great. And so for this solo morning, I'm calling it Solo Sunday with Stalls. We actually do have a guest, ironically. Let's see if we can't. Let's see if we can't bring him on up. Oh my gosh, that who I think
No, definitely not me.
it is? Oh man, Josh,
What's going on?
unapologetic. Nothing, man. I've been sitting here talking for 23 minutes.
Who are you talking to? Anybody?
No, no, no. We have there's been one or two people popping.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
But yeah, man. So you are working today.
Yes, I'm currently on my way to I don't know, somewhere in the middle of nowhere. We have this commercial client that we do a job for. Typically, it's every third Sunday um, of the month, but yeah, not to mention that I worked till midnight last night, and then I have two more jobs after this one. So yeah, welcome to my life.
Wow. That sounds like a lot of fun. Plus, you're moving. I was telling everybody that
Well,
our schedule has been kind of
the
messed
move,
up because
yeah, the moving's actually on hold technically. Um, we found a couple of houses we liked. As anybody who's ever bought or is currently trying to buy a house knows, that it's not always easy. So we found a couple of houses that we liked, put in some offers, and the first house was a little bit older, you know, but solid bones, except for one major issue. They had it's a split level house, and on the split level side, they had a chimney for a fireplace that's located in the bottom level, and the chimney's leaning on the side of the house.
Oh wow. That is
And
wow.
yeah, it was flagged on our inspection, and the sellers were like, "Nope, not going to do anything about it." So we backed out, and then we moved on, and then we found another house which was newer, slightly nicer, um, and they were asking probably about 15,000 too much for it, and they just wouldn't come off the price. The long or the short of it is they had overextended themselves on trying to buy their new house, and so they couldn't take a hit. Um, and yeah, so we declined to move forward with that one. So we're still on the hunt. Obviously, our house is still on the market, but you know,
Right.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, been there, done that. Been there, done that. Yeah, we're looking right now. Um, but the neighborhood that we live in South Florida, they've started to expand the neighborhood. So they're building. Well, right now they're clearing a road and clearing some of the lots, but they're going to start building some of these houses back. Um, my wife is the type of person that when she sees something that's brand new, she wants it. So she started looking at some of these houses going up in the area. She's like, "Oh my god, I love this house. It has a two-car garage. It's 4 bedrooms." I was like, when Haley moves out, like, the only visitors we're gonna have is her when she's visiting from college. Um, my son when he's down here for the summer and Christmas, and your mom when she comes to stay with us for a couple of months at a time. Other than that, what do we need 4 fucking bedrooms for?
Sounds like you guys need a two-bedroom in Miami.
Hey, look, man, I would take a 2 bedroom. To be honest with you, the only requirement that I have for our next home is that it has a pool.
Fair
That's the
enough.
only, that's the only requirement because if you live in South Florida, like you need a pool.
But do
You need,
you really need a pool? You're surrounded by water, quite literally.
well, so for me, it's the I'm not a very I don't like to go out in public. Right? I don't like to go to public beaches. I don't like to. I definitely don't like to go to the public pool, even though the pool here in Sebastian is pretty cool. It's a Olympic size public pool. Um, they have like high diving and stuff like that that's available there, and it's got a cool little water park for the kids. So it's a pretty nice public pool, right? And
That sounds like a very nice public pool.
yeah, it's very nice. But like I can't take my shorts off and jump in that pool. So
that's that's why it's a nice pool. You can't take your shorts off.
right, it's probably why it's a nice public pool because they don't allow people. But no, in all seriousness, no, I just want to. I don't really like going out in public. So for me, it's having the privacy of my own pool. I can jump in it whenever I want. Nobody, there's not a schedule of when I can get in. If I want pants to be optional, you know, pants can be optional.
The no pants dance.
I can drink in my own pool if I want to. All right, I can eat a ham sandwich in my own pool if I want to. So it goes back to the it's my party. I'll cry if I want to type mentality, right? So, but I mean, it's a pool. You need a pool in South Florida. You need a
I'll take your word for it. I've never lived in South Florida, so
Hey
I'll
man,
take.
I'm telling you, you and your wife need to come down. My son, my stepson is coming down with his girlfriend in September for his birthday. He turns 20. So of course I'm going to show them a good time, right? But we're doing a fishing charter. So can you guess how much it is per person for a fishing charter?
Where are you chartering out of?
Out of Sebastian, which is a fishing hub.
I don't know, $250 a person.
Not bad. It's $1,000 for 5 people.
Yeah,
So
so
200 bucks a person.
yeah, that's not terrible at all.
No, it's not bad. Now you want to know what the highest price that I saw?
Probably $1,000 a person.
The highest price I saw was 1,200 a person.
Yeah, I can
100.
it can get pretty gnarly from what I've been told. I don't know. We did some MWR fishing charters when I was in Hawaii. And those, I mean, obviously it's through MWR, so those are, well within reason
Fairly
of
affordable.
like I think we paid, I don't know, either 50 or $100 for all day.
Ever see now? I would buy a boat and do charters for $100 a person, and just let everybody know I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So you may catch a fish, you may not, but we're gonna go out there and have fun.
We're gonna catch some fish.
We're gonna do something out in the middle of.
Yeah, your slogan would be, I can't promise you'll catch a fish, but you'll definitely catch a buzz.
Exactly. May not catch a fish, but you're definitely gonna catch a good time. So, but
Well,
yeah, man.
guys,
So what else has been going on with Mr. Unapologetic Veteran?
well, even though I haven't been, say, camera facing much lately, I have, however, been busy booking some guests for this show. So we have six, seven, I think. I don't know. It's early. I can't count. I know for sure we have at least five uh, guests that I've already kind of met with to some degree, and gave them the rundown, and that they'll be coming on the show. Unfortunately for Stalzy over here, four of them are Marines. So
Oh man, more crayon eaters.
I've got a retired sergeant major who's going to come on the show and talk a little bit about what he does, and how he uses his experience to help others. Pretty cool guy. Talked to him a couple times. Um, I have two female Marines. One did her four, got out. The other one, she deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan, and she did some pretty cool shit. And now she offers not so much a counseling service as one would typically think, but she offers a type of talk therapy. Well, we'll go with that. That basically she sets up a Zoom and you can just sit with her and vent and share your story. Uh, you know, to somebody who understands, right? I know a lot of us feel when we call 988 or various other organizations, and even me to some degree with my therapist, right? They don't understand. And they don't understand because not because they don't know what they're doing necessarily. Sometimes that's the case, but more often it's because they've never experienced anything to do with the military, or they don't have a lot of firsthand knowledge of situations that to some people are like, well, that's fucking stupid. Why don't you just leave? Well, you're in the military. You can't always make decisions for yourself. Um, so it's pretty neat. I think it's a pretty good resource for people, especially if they're weary of calling and talking to somebody who has no affiliation or knows nothing about the military other than that we exist. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then something that's pretty important to me and pretty exciting. So a guy that I went to boot camp with, he lives in Texas, and I've talked about him before, but he lives in Texas on a small farm, and he owns a salsa company, and
Yeah.
they
Now
make
you're
a bunch
talking
of
my language.
and it's pretty good from what I've been told.
Hey, I like salsa, and especially if he's got a good hot salsa.
He does. That is his I don't know, spice level, I guess we could say. His best seller is his spicy. So um he's actually going to fly up here to Tennessee from Texas, and
Wow.
we are going to record a live episode, and go over, some boot camp shenanigans, his time in the military, my time in the military. We're going to talk about what we're doing here at the Unapologetic Veterans Podcast and VB 422, and then we're going to talk about what he's doing with his salsa company, um, and how he's taking what he makes from the salsa company and then turn around and investing it right back into A, the company, and B, veterans. So currently, and I'll share a flyer with everybody probably in the next day or two. Um, but he currently is raising money and donations for a Marine that he served with who has brain cancer.
Oh, wow.
And so all proceeds that he makes go towards his treatment and his family, and whatever he needs to help him fight this battle that he has currently going on. And it's pretty remarkable what he's doing, and I'm super excited to get him up here and get him on the show, and kind of just talk about life, man. Sometimes
Yeah.
that's the best therapy, is just to sit there and talk about life. uh, and then I also have uh, two army guys.
Now you're talking my language.
Well, I can't leave you high and dry.
Yeah, the
uh,
real military will show up
it's questionable.
eventually.
It's questionable at best. Um, but I've got a couple army guys as well that I'm talking to. One I'll definitely have on the show. Like he'll definitely be on. The other one I'm still kind of feeling him out, um, to see if it's something that is really going to fit what we're doing over here. And so we've got a lot of great things coming up. A lot of great people, great stories, great missions, organizations that you can really stand behind. And hey, if they're selling some salsa that's really good, I can't
That
complain
is a
about that.
that is a plus. I'm not gonna lie, especially if we could have like a salsa while we're on the podcast. Try live.
I,
Live
I mean, if
sound.
you can make it to Nashville, Tennessee, then we can make that happen, because I was well, I'm not his first order, if you will, for his business, obviously, but he got his new shipment in on Friday, and I was his first order of that shipment. And he's actually bringing it here to Tennessee when he comes up here. So,
Ew.
if you can find your way to Nashville, Tennessee, you're more than welcome to do some salsa testing live on
I
the
can
air.
I can find my way to Nashville, Tennessee. It's an easy 8 hour bike ride.
Or it's like a 2 hour flight.
Yeah, that's true too. I guess I could fly Spirit.
I mean, I'm just saying here, smarter, not harder there, soldier.
Yeah, but I mean, dude. So like, it's somebody asked me the other day. It's like you would take a normal car, like a normal trip in a car to, let's just say Savannah. It's a maybe a 4 hour trip, right? Um, but on motorcycle, it's like 5 because you got to stop and get gas every 200 miles, right? And Savannah's 400 and something miles away. So if you start with a full tank, you got to stop at least. I say
Twice.
every 200 miles, but we probably stop every 150 miles. So we stopped like twice or three times. But there's a lot of things that you miss when you're inside of a car and you're cutting through parts of this country that you probably see every day, but you just see it in a different way when you're on the back of a motorcycle. Like I can't explain it. It's kind of a different feeling. But when you're on the back of a motorcycle and you're cutting through countryside, you're not on the interstate. Like I really don't like taking the interstate if I don't have to. I want to be able to cut through the countryside and see things. Um, like when I ride up A1A, which is the intercoastal highway here, you see the intercoastal highway in a different way because you're riding right next to the ocean, and it's different because when you're in a car, you're closed in. It's like being in a house almost, right? You got your AC, you got your music, you got snacks and cup holders and ways to charge your phone. But when you're on the back of a motorcycle, you're forced to watch everything that's going on, and you just see things in ways that you'll never see it. I've tried to explain it to people who've never ridden a motorcycle and don't know, but it's just different. It's just different.
I mean,
I,
technically, don't you have half those amenities while you're riding a motorcycle? Don't
like, I
you
mean,
have?
I have my music and I have my phone accessible, but I can't. I mean, you got to think about it. If I'm not if I'm the passenger on a bike, I can pretty much do everything. I got a cup.
Well,
You can put a cup holder on there. But if you're the operator of the motorcycle, like, you're not just you're not picking up your phone just to send a text message. Like when I'm in my car, I don't condone texting and driving. By the way,
I was
um,
just saying you're not supposed to text and drive anyway. So
but
about
I don't
about
I don't condone it. But if I needed to answer my phone, I could easily pick it up in a car. On my motorcycle, I have to stop. I gotta pull over, stop, take my helmet off. Pick my phone up and dial the number of whoever's trying to call me and have that conversation on the roadside. Where if I'm in a car, hit a button and say hello, and there it is. Like, and you can do that on a bike too nowadays with headsets, but I don't wear a headset. You know,
yeah, you
so,
were a brain bucket as they call it, right?
yeah, I wear a brain bucket. That's it. And I do have a full face that I wear when it's raining, when I know I'm gonna get into some rain. But when it's not raining outside, I have a brain bucket, and if I have an earbud in, like sometimes I do ride with my Apple AirPods in. But if I answer my phone and my Apple EarPod picks it up, all you're gonna hear is from the wind. You're not gonna hear me, right? So, but yeah. No, like I said, I get off my soapbox real quick. But yeah, on a motorcycle, you see things different. You see the world in a different way. It's unbelievable.
I mean, I'm just from a logical standpoint, I just think riding 8 hours for a 2 hour episode and some salsa is a bit ridiculous. But hey, I mean, if you want to ride all the way from Florida to Nashville, I'm not going to stop you.
Hey man, a 2 hour episode and some salsa. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's appealing. That's appealing for an 8 hour motorcycle ride. I've done it for less.
You have done it for less.
So always that. So before you got on earlier, I was talking about Savannah, and I don't think I've told you everything about our Savannah trip.
Maybe not.
I was telling everybody how we went down to River Street Friday night when we got there. If you've never been to Savannah, at the very top of River Street, right above where like the warehouse bar is, um, there's a bench that looks like a giant set of red lips. And I was telling everybody that there was this guy and his fiance or wife or whatever taking pictures on this bench, and my buddy Boomerang, who was really intoxicated, was like, "Hey, let me take your picture." That's what he said to me. But the guy on the bench heard something completely different. He's like, "Oh yeah, come sit down and take a picture with us." So he pulls my buddy Boomerang down onto this bench and is taking pictures with Boomerang, not Boomerang and his wife, just my buddy Boomerang.
Oh,
And they're
jeez.
sitting there, and my buddy Boomerang is, of course, making fun of the dude. So he's doing like little kissy faces, he's going, pictures, and the guy's wife or fiance gets up. And she is mad that he just totally kind of ditched her for this guy. So she's like, "Come on, Robbie, we gotta go, Robbie. Come on, Robbie, you're drunk, Robbie. Come on, Robbie." And finally, she gets pissed, and she's like, "You know what? F you, Robbie. F you. I knew this was gonna happen. F you." And she starts storming off. And this guy is still steadily sitting there taking pictures with my buddy Boomerang. And that was the theme for the rest of our entire trip in Savannah. Anytime we did something, we were like, "Hey, F you, Robbie." Oh my gosh, man. It was fun. It was fun. We had a good time. Savannah is always a good time. If you've never been to Savannah, River Street, you got
Yeah, I went to Savannah when my best friend got promoted to Gunny, and he got promoted on Paris Island. So we went to obviously Paris Island for the promotion, and then we went down to Savannah afterwards.
yeah. I was telling everybody, River Street is cobblestone.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know whose idea it was to ride motorcycles down a cobblestone street, but I do not advise it.
Little rough.
It, um, yeah, very rough. Actually. So, but yeah, now we got great things planned for the podcast, and you know, Josh and I, from the bottom of our hearts, we apologize that we kind of haven't been as active as we were when we first started. Um, but things have just been kind of hectic with schedules, trying to figure out a new schedule. So we ask you guys, please just bear with us. Bear with us while we figure out our technical difficulties.
Technical different cities.
Dude, if I told you this story,
I don't know. You've told me a lot of stories. Be more specific.
all right. So I'm watching Alabama high school sports association playoff game on a TV with a buddy of mine, and we're watching Dale County take on I can't, and they were having technical difficulties. So the screen goes blue, and it has a message that's scrolling across it, kind of like we have the ticker down at the bottom. It says, "We apologize for the interruption. We're having technical difficulties, not difficulties, difficulties." And I was like, only an Alabama high school sports association broadcast would you have misspelled difficulties.
That
Unbelievable.
screams Alabama sports right there.
Exactly. 100% screams Alabama sports. So, yeah, technical difficulties. I use that phrase a lot because I think it's just fun.
Yeah, that is the most Alabama thing I've heard all day.
College football season's coming up. College football
Less than
season
50 days, y'all.
it is around the corner. I can only guess that Josh roots for a terrible team like Tennessee. Um, so imagine like that ugly orange fight. leads.
You're a little south, there, buddy. A little south. Got to go more north.
Oh, okay. Kentucky,
Nope. Keep going.
Ohio State.
No, fuck that. No, keep going.
Oh, my bad. Maize and blue. Maize and
There
blue.
you go. There you go.
You're a freaking Michigan Wolverine fan.
And if I remember correctly, and somebody please feel free to correct me, I believe the Michigan Wolverines beat Alabama last year.
Yeah, but I'm not an
Again.
Alabama fan. I'm not an Alabama fan.
We don't get to
So,
play Florida very often, so it's fine.
I'm not a Florida fan either. I'm an Auburn fan.
Oh,
I
well,
don't think
that
Auburn, as a matter of fact, I don't think Auburn and Michigan have ever played. I might be
that I
wrong.
don't know.
They may have played in the Sugar Bowl. Hold on. I'm about to check.
Yeah, fact check yourself.
Let's see. All right. Da, da, da. All right. So they have played twice. They have played twice. And they have split each time. So Auburn won, Michigan won. Let's see. The last time that they played was in 2001 in Orlando at the Florida Citrus Bowl, where Michigan edged out Auburn 31-28.
The win is a win, my
And
friend.
before that, they did play in the 1984 Sugar Bowl, and Auburn won that one 9-7.
That's a barn burner right there.
Yeah. So good games, at least the last two times they played each other. So each margin of victory 3 and 2 points. So I mean, might be a good one. Might be a good one. Might have to see another matchup. But yeah, college football's around the corner. There's a lot of hype going into this college football season for at least my team. We are no longer being repped by Under Armour. We are a Nike team now. And Jackson Arnold is now a preseason Heisman hope.
Not a chance.
Coming out of Oklahoma. Well, you know, he was at Oklahoma last year, and he actually did very well.
He may have done well. They did not do well.
Auburn did not. But Auburn's defense last year was very young, mostly sophomores. All of those guys returned, so now we are junior and senior heavy on the defense. And our defense has never been the problem. Our offense is what has been the problem the last 5 years. But you got to think about the receiving crew that we have. You got to think about the fact that we actually have a decent quarterback now. We've had 2 top 10 recruiting classes in the last 2 years, thanks to Hugh Freeze. So there should be some results. We should see a difference. Also, our offensive line is the oldest and most experienced offensive line in the country. So I don't know. It goes in ebbs and flows. Like I've noticed, like especially teams that retain a lot of guys every year, like Auburn. Auburn doesn't have a lot of one and dones. Doesn't have a lot of guys go NFL draft their junior year, or sophomore year. So for teams like Auburn who retain these guys for years, they have ebbs and flows where they're really good and then they're bad. Really good, bad.
Really bad.
Then again, we've been really bad here the last couple of years. You know, we've been 5-7 and 6-6. So
I think Michigan finished 7-5 last year, if I remember right.
yeah,
Maybe 8-5.
Yeah, Michigan didn't have a great season last year either. But
We had an amazing season. We beat Ohio State and we beat Alabama. So that is a great season.
okay, so yes, you had an amazing season because you beat your rival. Like Auburn could have a losing season, and if we beat Alabama, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened. But there's a lot of models this year that show us beating both Georgia and Alabama, considering they're both home games. So,
I would give you Alabama as a probability.
Georgia is always a crapshoot, right? So the last 3 seasons we played Georgia is been separated by a touchdown or two. Um, that game is always a good game, but I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Georgia is a tough team. They recruit like crazy. They always have 5-star guys out there on the field.
Money talks, my friend. Money talks.
Yeah, but if you look at it, out of the SEC, Auburn, Alabama, and Georgia are the top spending schools in the SEC when it comes to NIL. Alabama leads it, obviously. Georgia second, Auburn third, Tennessee fourth, and Florida is fifth.
Is Auburn really that high?
Yeah, Auburn spends a lot of money in NIL. Now, do they pay the right players? I don't know.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say probably not.
Probably. But, I mean, we got some good. We picked up some really good receivers in the transfer portal. So we'll see. We have the top receiving core in the country. Because we got Cam Coleman, we got Perry Thompson, uh, Malcolm Simmons, if he's actually going to play. I don't know if he's going to be suspended because he was arrested for something last month.
Hmm.
But also Singleton, Eric Singleton, we picked him up in the transfer portal. He's like the number 2 wide receiver in the transfer portal. We
You know,
got
I'm sitting. I'm sitting
Horatio,
here.
Horatio Fields, who's like a track star.
I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm brainstorming out loud currently. I feel during college football season, we may have to try to squeeze in an extra show every week. I'm feeling it in my bones that college football deserves their own
Their own
episode.
podcast. Hey, I'm down with it. I'm down with it. I'm a and stats guru when it comes to college sports. College basketball season is my favorite time of the year.
Yeah, we could probably incorporate March Madness and collegiate basketball. I am a basketball aficionado. I do love me some basketball, so
Oh yeah,
we c- we might have to workshop that idea. But I think the people might need that.
I think the people might need it too. I think so. There's going to be a heat wave in the southeast next week. Thank you to the Saharan dust that is currently flying over the Atlantic.
Next week, have you lived in the South much this year?
No. Temperatures in South Florida will be over 107 degrees next week.
I feel that's an average day here in Tennessee.
They're saying that the highest temperature in Tennessee could be 113 degrees next week.
Yeah, and then you add in all that humidity on top of it.
Yes,
Yep.
it's going to be miserable. Absolutely miserable. Today is supposed to be 93 here with 100% humidity. So
It is 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, and it is 80 degrees. And let's see what the humidity is. I'm sure it's probably miserable. We're updating. Let's see here. It feels like 84. So we're still young, still early. It doesn't tell me what the humidity is, but I'm pretty sure it's outrageous.
Well, we're at 80 degrees right now, South Florida. Um, but today's high is going to be 90 degrees. So it's gonna feel like 90.
According to my Apple weather, it says today's high is 91.
See, it's currently 79. Feels like 80.
Y'all, it's just gonna be hot and humid. It's gonna be miserable
It's gonna suck.
for all
But
those people.
it was nice getting on and doing a podcast though. Like,
Yes, before it gets too hot and your air conditioner's running mock Jesus all day. Yes, absolutely. Unfortunately, y'all, I'm working and I can't control that. But this is going to be a future thing. Typically, or I should say, most of the time, we're going to try to do it Saturday mornings and not Sunday mornings for all you church going folk who like to get up and go to church. But I worked all day yesterday, and coincidentally, I'm going to work all day today. But we're gonna continue doing this, hopefully without me working and me being able to sit in my office and actually actually be on camera. But yes, this is going to be the thing moving forward. And then we'll probably throw in another episode here and there. I know our game plan is to do 2 episodes a week, given our schedules and what's going on with our 9 to 5s. Per week may not be always an option, but we're definitely going to start putting out more episodes and getting more people on there or on here and you know sharing everybody's message and giving that unapologetic view, right? I mean, I was in a live on TikTok last night. I think it may have been Friday night, but there was somebody on the panel and they were basically saying that they feel like they're censored. And unfortunately, veterans issues are not, on the forefront or paramount to everybody else, right? Our issues are a lot more heavy. There's a lot more weight that comes with them. And I'm not saying that, our civilian counterparts or the non-military folks don't have the same issues, but it when you're trying to talk about stuff that directly impacts us veterans, it never fails on social media. You always get censored. You have to talk in code. Like, oh, we're talking about self unaliving. Like, I get it. It's just a taboo word, but why do I have to filter myself? Why do I have to beat around the bush to say what I want to say? Like, we have a fucking problem. Like, I shouldn't have to sugarcoat my words just because some social media algorithm doesn't like what I have to say. It's I don't know.
We will be back, baby. We will be back.
We will.
But that is all the time I have. I gotta get ready to go to a club event.
Ooh, what y'all doing?
We got church. We got church, and then we're going back to our Sunday churches every fourth Sunday.
Okay.
So, we're gonna do church, and then we'll do a ride afterwards.
Hell yeah. Well, at least the weather's going to be nice. I mean, it'll be a little hot, but at least the weather's going to be nice.
Be very hot. Be very hot. But,
I mean, it could be worse. It could be a hurricane.
Could be. Could be. We have that chance in a couple of weeks, actually. So, we'll see. We shall see. But I want to thank everybody that's been patient with us over the past couple of weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. We understand that you guys like listening to us. You guys are downloading our stuff on Spotify and Apple, and we appreciate that. Um, I know for myself and Josh, we thank you guys because without you guys, there would be no podcast. It would just be two guys talking to each other all the time.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
we will be back. We will be back. We're going to release our schedule. We're going to try to do it a month in advance. I think is what we talked about, having it out there a month in advance so you guys know when we'll be live, when we'll be talking about things. But yeah, that's all I got.
hey guys, as always, remember, stay unapologetic. The mission never ends, and just say what you got to say. You know, we're all here to help each other. We're all here to spread uh, positive energy and share people's visions for stuff. You know, like if you have something that you're working on or a message that you want us to help share, let us know. You know, we'll be glad to share it out and get people's attentions with it. And if you're doing something in the community that is helping veterans and their families, let us know. You know, we'd love to be a part of that and help get that message out. You know, the community depends on itself to share and get that information out there. So please, if y'all have anything, let us know. And as always, I cannot wait till next time. We have some big things coming, and I'm super excited.
Absolutely. And always, guys, just remember this podcast is brought to you by Homefront SitRep and the Heroes Media Group. We appreciate you guys and stay unapologetic.